see it because it's in the dark, but this eye right here isn't working so good, and it's super, super sensitive to the light. And so, yeah, I used to train technicians. I got to get ready to click this off. Hang on. There we go. Uh, so, yeah, off. There we go. And so I would train technicians at Wyotech, and Wyotech would say, "Oh, make sure you wear your safety glasses. Make sure you wear your safety glasses. Make sure you wear." And it was a pain in the butt. And then Saturday, I was riding a riding lawnmower, and something flew up, hit me in the eye, and went in my eye, and man, it just irritated the crud out of it. And yeah, so bright light, things like that, even just looking at the computer is painful. So I don't have the other lights on around me, and that's why. So, but I think these morning messages are important, and I want to be consistent. And so I jumped on here, and I'm making this happen regardless, right? So big things are going on, at least big things for me. Uh, I wanted to take a moment and share with you. I'm going to open this other screen, and we'll go over here to this one. Okay, and you'll see where I'm staring at you guys over here. But this is what I wanted to show you. So I redid the homepage on the Mañana Academy, and you'll see this big green bar here, right? This big green bar says, click here for the free webinar on building a learning and membership site. And that'll take you to this page, right? And this will tell you, are you under construction? And this to me is, this is in response. So I build websites, I build learning websites, membership websites. I can do, customer relations management, all that stuff directly through my website. And people keep asking me questions like, how do you do this? Because with the COVID crisis, especially, everybody's in high gear trying to get online and has a lot of questions about how I do things. And, maybe not everybody's looking to throw 30 or 40 grand into having a website made, but they'd like to have some answers on how to do some DIY stuff to get them going, right? And so on Friday, on June 5th, I'm going to be hosting a Zoom webinar, right, on how to do this stuff, right? So it says, let's get you online and productive now. I'll talk to you about how I host learning content, how I derive reports for my students, how I give administrators control over their students, how I communicate to prospect students and groups, right? So the CRM model, and how I gather information and data from my students. I'll show you what I do with some WP forms, and how I give students access to me, because this is important. If you don't build in interactivity into your membership site, into your group site, I mean, your content's got to be rock solid if you think that people are going to just keep signing in for the content, that people want access to you as well. So I've got a way that I get people access to me through the training programs that I offer. And so I thought I would pull back the curtain and just show people how this is done. And so what you want to do is you want to go click here, and you'll see this ad showing up on Facebook and things like that, right? So Facebook, Instagram, you'll see this image pop up, and you'll click here in the link in the ad, and it'll take you to here. So you click onto that, or it might take you directly to the page. All you got to do is fill in first name, last name, email address, and submit, and you get added to the list. Later, when I actually do the seminar, it's going to be through the same link, right? And so you'll be able to just join the webinar right through the page, provided that you're registered for it. And you'll be able to jump in and join the conversation. I want to make it interactive. So I'll take some questions, and then I'll try to answer all those questions, through chat or through the presentation that I make. And then if we have to, maybe I'll have to email some answers out if it's something I don't know myself. But I wanted to pop that out there and let people know what was going on and what we were up to. So there we are, boom. And I wanted to make sure that people knew that they could do that. I'm super, super excited to be doing this, and my eye should be healed up by then too, so I could actually turn on the lights and work in the light, right? But I'm looking forward to that. The other side of the coin is the power sports training that I offer. So same website, In fact, let's just do this again. Why not? Right? Because we can. So if I go back to that same website, right, I've got a membership catalog in here. And in this membership catalog, I've built, kind of packages that go together, right? So I have a fitness and goals package, a fixed operations membership package, which is for service departments in power sports and marine industries. I've got an all access pass, which gets people to everything except the fixed operations. And then I've got a smaller package I made called Productive Home Time. And that is just for, I started it during the COVID crisis. I thought, well, if people are going to be stuck at home, maybe they want to work on some stuff. Right. And so what I did was I took about 10 courses, I put them into Productive Home Time. And then, it's $90, but you get, a half a year's worth of access. And covers these courses here, 5 Day to Healthy Success, After the Challenge. This one's about maintaining weight loss after, sustaining a large weight loss, being able to keep it off. Behavioral based goals, building teams with love, bulletproof keto, capitalizing on opportunities, embrace the process. This is a great course. I actually offered this one for free for people if you want to sign up for that one by itself. Goal 365, I believe, and the Mañana no Mas discipline, right? And this is about having a disciplined mind to be able to follow through on things. All of these courses, obviously have their own value in their own time, but for a half a year's access, it's $90 and people can click in. And then I list all of the courses that are included, what order I would take them in, and what the implied benefit is to taking those courses, right? But that's how simple this whole thing is. And then, of course, I have the course catalog, which lists out, I believe I've got 14 courses in here now that people can participate in and get ahead with. So super, super excited about doing the webinar thing on Friday and showing people how to build a site like the one I just showed you guys, being able to take like your company's content or your organization's content, your goals. I'm actually working with another client, converting this kind of website into a thing that does like event planning, right? So let's say that instead of courses, I want to offer, 10 different types of events to different groups. I'm able to build a membership of activities for each group. So each group becomes its own membership. And then when that membership sells seats to its events, they fill them up, kind of like enrolling for a course, right? It's available seats for a course. So I'm working on converting that for another client. There's all kinds of ways to use this stuff. And so that is something that we are doing. Now, don't forget Tuesdays, because tomorrow is Tuesday, 3:00 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We will be back on track with this one, the 5 levels of leadership. Last week, we started out session 1, and that covered kind of like the introduction to, introduction to the 5 levels, gave you the description of the 5 levels and basically just a brief overview of what each of those 5 levels of leadership is. And then tomorrow, I'm looking forward to diving deeper into positional leadership, which is the lowest level of the 5 levels of leadership. And so tomorrow at 3:00 Pacific Standard Time, you'll want to jump in and jump into that conversation. And, we've got a link for that as well. And if you follow me on the Mañana no Mas Facebook page, you'll see that popping up. Again, this recording that I do every day at 9:30, every weekday at 9:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is 12:30, right in the middle of lunch for people on the East Coast. But this thing that I do now is actually hosted live on YouTube. And so if somebody wanted to jump in and participate in the YouTube thing, use the chat that's off on the right side or something like that. I think that would be awesome to try and make these things a little more interactive. The Facebook interface between Zoom and Facebook has been glitching, kind of in and out. And I don't know if it's a regional thing, if it's a Facebook thing, if it's a Zoom thing. I'm not here to point fingers. I'm just here to say it wasn't working all that reliably for me. So I moved things over to YouTube. And then I take the replays out occasionally, or the links from YouTube, and share them back into the Mañana no Mas Facebook page. However, at that point, you're not seeing the post live. You're seeing it well after it was recorded. Coffee in the morning, God, it's so good. And boom, Mañana no Mas cup. I've got some Mañana no Mas shirts. that I'm thinking that I'm going to have delivered pretty soon. And we're making headway on a lot of different things. So, folks, I love you. Obviously, I do, or I wouldn't be sitting in the dark making a live video, right? I'm off to the urgent care later today and get this eye thing looked at, see if I got to wear a patch or something. My goodness, I'm going to walk around like a pirate. But I really want to make sure that there's no other debris that's stuck in there. It's still irritated like there might be. So, better safe than sorry, right? And you guys have yourselves a wonderful, wonderful day. Know that my silence on the riots and the race baiting and the stuff that's going on social. Please note that my silence is not a condoning or condemning of anything. I really don't have much of an education on this. I have a lot of opinions, but I don't have much of a really good education on it. And I feel that it's probably best not to say things that might be on my mind because I don't trust that people wouldn't twist it, right? So I acknowledge it. I've been relatively quiet about the COVID thing. I haven't had a whole lot of faith in the decision processes that our government has executed so far in COVID. Uh, I'm on the side that thinks that things have been overblown. I think more businesses should have been essential. Uh, I think any business that is providing income for a family is essential. And I'm not saying that the virus doesn't exist, but I'm saying that the way that we tried to get around the virus was probably a mistake. And I said that from the beginning. So, as far as like, there's a protest in my neighborhood today, right? It's like scheduled. I don't understand how they do all that, but I'm going to leave it at that. That's probably the best thing to do. Yeah. Do I think people, should die under the knee of an officer? No, I don't think that should have happened. But the other side of the coin is things happen all the time, right? And it's interesting how the media and our political people pick the ones they want to prop up and how they seem to motivate people to dislike each other when there's no reason to dislike each other. Uh, it's so weird, so strange to me. All right, I'm going to leave this one alone before I say something that would get twisted or turned around. I love you guys. Have a good day. And hopefully my visit to the urgent care goes okay and I don't have to look like a pirate during the presentation on Friday. All right. Love you. Bye-bye.